Crack a cold one. Boot up the system. Bad decisions, baby. Let's ride.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the inaugural launch of Bad Decisions Gaming Podcast. So, this isn't just a normal little podcast that I thought I'd slap together. We are going to delve into deep conversation, systems, designs, direction, development, the why behind games we grind. If you're into that wonderful theory crafting at 2 a.m., you care about balance, philosophy. If you're argued on Discord about loot scaling, endgame loops, class identity, probably in the right place. Today we're going to look into stuff like Diablo, Grim Dawn, Last Epoch, and a couple of games that are coming up. So let's kick things off. Super talked about the other day. They launched the Diablo Warlock. I was going to state Diablo 4, but then I would be wrong. They are putting this class out on 3 different Diablos. They're putting it out on Diablo 2, which it's already live on, Diablo Immortal, and Diablo 4. So let's talk about where the Warlock archetype came from and how Blizzard defines it in Diablo. Traditionally, Warlock in RPGs are all about sacrifice, control, and corruption. They're not just about raw damage. They're about manipulating the battlefield. You trade usually safety for power. You trade simplicity for more of a complexity. And you usually trade the burst for pressure into that identity. This isn't a run in and smash. It's more of a setup. You're planning a class out, defining whether you're summoning or cursing or just straight up trying to attack. Warlocks aren't just doing damage. They're weakening enemies in this one, spreading effects, and setting up chains of destruction. You're applying vulnerability. You're stacking rot. You're draining their resources, controlling the space, so to speak. Then there's the resource management. The little bit I tried out with this thing, you will burn through your mana real fast if you do not play it properly and resourcefully. You're going to be running solo or in a group. You're going to have to worry about your positioning and your awareness, your patience. What type of build are you going to be working on that? So are you going to be running like a heavy dot build, the curse, spreading builds, the hybrid builds, all sorts of things like that? Most players are learning towards setup and let them stack effects quickly and then kite safely. And let's be honest, some builds are way stronger than others, as in most ARPGs. There's a clear gap between fun builds and push content builds, and the way the sparks debate. So, do you play what's strong or you play what feels good? I've always said you play what's fun, but that's just me. Now here's the real question. Is the Warlock fun? Honestly, I only did a little bit. I had fun. Is it for all players? No. You gotta remember, this is technically a pet class. Is it going to be frustrating at times? Oh, probably. Most definitely. What do you guys think? So, moving along into Grim Dawn. This is one of my favorite ARPGs. I play a lot of this one going forward. This is not like the loudest of ARPGs. It is not the flashiest for sure. But it is definitely one that deserves to be respected within the ARPG community and where it stands. First off, why does Grim Dawn still matter? Because the game did something rare. It focused on depth over hype. Instead of chasing trends, it doubled down. Complex builds, meaningful choices, layered systems, and real consequences. Every skill point matters. Every devotion matters. Every item matters. There's no one button win in Grim Dawn. You earn your power. And it's why the hardcore players are still pushing along. The end game, Crucible was a huge hit for Grim Dawn when it was first released. Gave players something repeatable, something competitive, something skill-based. The waves, the pressure, the scaling, the difficulty, it was all there. It wasn't just about gear, it was about the execution. And even years later, players are still running it. That's the good design, and it means the system didn't expire. With the expansions, with Ashes of Melmoth and Forgotten Gods, they weren't just cash grabs. They were real expansions. They doubled, tripled the size of the maps. They added new masteries, new systems, new endgame, new classes. They went in deep in the story of each of the class, like the overall story. The Forgotten Gods expanded the Rild and introduced the Shattered Realm. If you haven't ever played this one, Shattered Realms is identical to, well, not identical, but it's similar to the way the rifts are done in Diablo 3. Together, they completed the game. They didn't dilute it. They perfected it. And that's a rare in modern gaming. Because Grim Dawn is a modding scene, you can have new classes brought in just through player mods, new campaigns, balance overhauls, total conversions. There's mods for bringing in the classic Diablo characters and stuff like that. The modding community has expanded on Grim Dawn. They haven't just changed it here and there. Looks like Crate Entertainment actually encourages a lot of the modding, and they didn't try and lock it down or try and fight it. They encouraged the creativity, and that's part of why Grim Dawn still feels alive. Where is Grim Dawn now? In 2026, it's in a rare position. It's complete, but not abandoned. We do have updates coming. We have patches on a regular basis, quality of life updates, the occasional hint of new content, which we're still waiting on. Nothing massive at the moment. We don't have definitive dates or anything like that for expansion, nor, unlike some other games, we won't name them, Ashes, being shut down. There's no intent. They're actually looking at doing a Grim Dawn 2 at some point in the future. which is phenomenal to me. I love it. It is stable, polished, and respected. Grim Dawn does provide something important. You don't need a battle pass. There's no daily chores. It's got good mechanics, fair progression, respect to the player base in it is phenomenal. And that's why I would recommend this game through and through, day in and day out. Let's jump on in. We are hitting up last Epoch. These guys have been running their last season. Yeah, I think it's about 7 months now. Painful. What are they doing? Yikes. This game has been in development for a very long time. The evolution of it has been actually really good. Their character structure is spot on. It hasn't just stood still. It hasn't settled. It keeps changing. Where is it going in the long run, and how long is it going to be going? Who knows? As they keep going, they keep expanding the character classes. They keep adding. They keep progressing. There's talk about taking the story even further in an upcoming DLC for the game, which will be really great. The timelines, the branching, the endgame paths is phenomenal. It's one of the best endgames that you could possibly play because it's ever changing. The monolith system is its backbone. Instead of one endgame grind, you had the many different ways of doing it, the different timelines, modifiers, the different rewards, depending on the paths that you took. Right? So it's got a really wonderful setup that way. Every skill in the game has its very own skill tree within it. So the customization within the game is spot on as well. No one player is usually the same unless they're, doing a cookie cutter build off of someone's forum page somewhere, right? This is one of those games where you can have fire become lightning, a single target become an AoE, or sustain from burst. It's that well set up. The devs have refined the system. They've trimmed back the broken nodes. They've buffed underused paths, reworked their weak skills. Balance hasn't just always been perfect, but it's been transparent, and the players see the effort, and the builds trust. I played a lot of it, and I've never had two builds the same. I've always tried different paths, and it just works. It's that well put together. The crafting is legendary potential. You're not just praying to the RNG gods anymore. You're actually shaping your gear. You find something lying there on the ground, and you're like, damn, I can actually turn this into something. It's actually usable. Then you have your idols, your passive trees, your class masteries. The next thing you know, you've got two players in the same class, and each one is completely different. And they're both doing the same content. It's just beautiful that way. It's comparable to most of the other ARPGs out there. It's deeper than Diablo. It's more complex. It's got more structure than something like Grim Dawn. And it's more accessible than Path of Exile. It sits beautifully in the middle of everything, and it's not overwhelming. It's in that little sweet spot that just fits nicely. How many of you are still playing on console? And if so, which one? Is it PlayStation, Xbox? Is it Switch, Dreamcast? I have one, actually. It's sitting across the room from me. If you have a console, let us know. All right. Hardware. We've been seeing more discussion lately about pricing, bundles, and revisions. Between Sony and Microsoft, there's a constant push for console competitive. It's crazy when one says, hey, we're launching a new PlayStation, and the other one immediately has to try and get in on that. The price adjustments, the bundle deals, the storage upgrades. Is it slim? Is it fat? Is it what type of model is it? Do they revise it later down the road? The console war is far from dead on a lot of these things. The one that blew me away with consoles, though, was the paying for online content through them. That one threw me off. That was my breaking point of getting away from consoles. And I really did not enjoy that part. I really thought PlayStation was going to hold their ground and not do it, but it is what it is. So, with the performance updates, the stability fixes, the cross-play improvements, the next-gen optimizations, a lot of games have launched roughly various platforms. They're no longer just sitting on one console. We're seeing games like Halo appearing on PC now. Fable's coming out on PC through Steam, I believe it is. We're seeing all these different things. There's no longer exclusives. They've realized that these games are they don't work out that well anymore. People are looking for that cross-platform. They're looking for that change, that new, that because their buddy might have an Xbox while I'm sitting on a PlayStation and Bill over there has his PC, right? Like, they're so spread out that an exclusive game just doesn't work nowadays. It used to, but not anymore. You can't have that sort of stuff. It's just dead. And then you have probably the smart one is Xbox with Microsoft, obviously, and having access to both major platforms, a console and PC, being able to put games out on both, and then topping it off with Game Pass. That was a smart, bloody setup. You have what for a low price of 10 to 20 bucks, whatever it is. I don't know. I don't have it, but you get access to all of Microsoft's games. All of them. 10 bucks a month or whatever it is, and you get Flight Sim, and you get Fable, you get Halo, you get all those games, and you get to play them as much as you want all month long. 10 bucks. Done. Smartest move Microsoft ever made in gaming history, right there. Top notch. You might not agree with me. You might agree with me. Don't know. But it's there. And it was a smart decision. But there's always a but somewhere. The but is most of those games that are going to be cross-platform are either going to be a simulation style game, or competitive, like a shooter, like Fortnite or Halo, something like that. We don't find very many cross-platform games that are ARPGs. None. You might find the odd one here and there. And the last one, honestly, that I ever think I played that was cross-platform, strangely enough, was Diablo. Diablo 1. I had it on PlayStation. Played a lot of it. I also had Diablo on PC. Did I play with friends with my console Diablo? Nope. Not once. I don't even know if it would connect. But at any rate, do you guys have any ARPGs that you know of cross-platform? And I mean ARPGs, not just RPGs, like Final Fantasy cross-platform. You could do it, right? Stuff like that is Black Desert, another one, cross-platform. Because you have Black Desert Mobile, you have all that sort of shit. But I mean straight up ARPG, Path of Exile, Diablo 4. I guess actually Diablo Immortal would be one, wouldn't it? That would be probably the best cross-platform because it's mobile and PC. And let's be honest, it was mobile because everybody has a phone. So, where do you stand? Are you mostly console? Are you PC? Do you care if it's cross-platform? Don't, or does it not matter to you? Where do you stand on these subjects, these moments in time? Be kind of curious to see where everybody's at. So I picked out a couple games, and these are two games that I'm super excited about. So this part, I'm stoked. So let's talk about the future and RPGs, MMOs of where we're going. The first one was done by Pearl Abyss. It's actually coming out PDQ here. And I am actually very excited for this title. This one is Crimson Desert. This is a massive open world filled with political conflict, warfare, and survival. If you've ever played Black Desert Online, you know some of the content that could be placed into this environment, right? It's going to have your harsh environments. It's going to have your warring factions. It's going to have your power struggles. This is definitely one of those games that it's not just about saving the universe. It's about trying to survive in it. And that's going to be one of my favorite parts about it. One of the biggest surprises with Crimson Desert is how much it's leaning into a story. It is a single player. They're kicking away from the MMO like with Black Desert Online. And this is a single player story driven. But it's open world, like Skyrim. And that's got me super excited. I love the idea. It's not just about killing the monsters, getting the loot. It's about building your character, right? There is political drama within the game as well. As I said, there's personal stakes, the moral choices that we can make. Yeah, it's going to be a big game. Trust me on that one. I can't wait to play it. Don't know if it's one that you're after, but if it is, great. If not, hey, not every game is for everybody. This next game is an MMO that we're going to be covering. And this one is a little more mysterious because it's still in development. It's still on Kickstarter. And this one has me a little intrigued. It's aiming for large-scale multiplayer, build-focused progression, and modern graphics live service support. Now, early impressions suggest it's a more traditional MMO style game, but with ARPG style combat elements. The few things that I've seen about it, it's got a very Black Desert type feel to it, where you can scroll out a good ways away from your characters or zoom in. The combat is very fast paced. It's less tab targeting and more action. So it's not your traditional MMO, and that means that part is a modern style. So, but the foundation and everything looks really interesting. As I said, it does let you zoom out. The part that really got me, and this is why I'm very intrigued by this, is it's AI driven. Now, this is going to be the huge controversy around this game. Being AI driven, we all know, it takes away the, from the developers or whatever. Go out there, look it up. Epitome. It is AI driven. The NPCs, they learn based off of your character, what you've done. The AI tracks that shit, right? They focus on that. You go up and you talk to an NPC in this, and normally you walk up and you would hear, "Welcome, adventure," or "Hello, player." Not anymore. This one is calling you out by name. It's using your name that you named your character. The AI is going to read it. Like, the fact that you'll actually be able to interact with NPCs in full length conversations is got me intrigued. And I know, and we all know damn well, there is going to be a lot of controversy around that, because let's be honest, we're all right now, as I'm saying this, thinking, how far can I take these conversations? Like, how dark can I get? Or how, hate to put it out there, but how sexually weird can I become with an NPC? And there's going to be a lot of people that say that. Stay a while and listen. Right? Like, it's going to be very, very interesting. So, I'm not sure what else in it is going to be AI. I just know that the NPCs are, and I know it's out there. So, as it stands, these are the two games that I'm probably the most hyped about. Not because I think Epitome is the next big MMO, but because I want to see where AI takes it. Because this game, I believe, is potentially going to be the game that has a chance of saying, hey, look what AI can do for your games. Or it's going to be, hey, look what AI did to our games, and it's broken. It has a chance of making or breaking the way AI gets used in video games. Or does it restructure it? Like, are we going to see, you guys can answer this one, Is it going to be, this is the game that's going to change the world and say AI has a place in video games, or do you think it's going to break it? And this is where AI doesn't have a place in video games. What do you guys think? Think there's a lot of opportunity for AI in gaming? So do I. I got into a conversation a while back with a buddy of mine, and we were talking about AI in gaming. And he's like, I don't think it has a place. And I said, just imagine you go in to a game and you're fighting a mob that learns from your actions. It learns your play style and it learns to counter. Imagine how hard this game is going to progressively get if you just stick to, oh, I block and slash, block and then slash. This mob learns from that. This mob has discovered that that's all you do. You're a one-trick pony and it's going to play to that. Games have a chance of becoming progressively harder the more you play. It's the ultimate way of discovering what you're made of in a video game. Like, Dark Souls would excel from something like that. Having a boss that just suddenly comes out of nowhere and learns from your play style. Like, you do a dash attack and then you step back, do a dash attack, step back. Guess what? He fakes a move and you dash and then he clubs you to death. Oops. I guess he figured you out. No more one-trick pony video games. It would be that awesome. And I hate Dark Souls. Well, no, okay. I like Dark Souls games. I hate playing them because I suck at them to begin with. But that is just me. I love the concept behind Dark Souls games. I think that they're amazing. I love a lot of the artwork. Dark Souls 2, 3. I have them all. I have Elden Ring. I played the crap out of Elden Ring and I never beat a single boss in it. I am that bad. I couldn't beat a bloody boss. I beat the wolf thing in the cave, in the tutorial part of the map. That's what I beat. Single-handedly took him down. Yeah, that was me. Act boss kind of deal. Deleted me real quick. I'm bad when it comes to Dark Souls games. In Dark Souls, I beat the T-Rex thing, the dinosaur-looking thing. That I managed to beat, and then I turned off the game, and I never went back. I love the idea behind Dark Souls games. I'm just really bad at them, but I believe that they definitely have a place in society, the gaming society. I believe that they have a purpose for a lot of people to see what they can do. My question here, since we're on the topic of Dark Souls, Path of Exile 2. They're designing Path of Exile 2 to be the next style of ARPG, where it is still a solid combat. It still has that vibe to it, but it has a Dark Souls punishment, right? If you make a mistake, the game punishes you for it. You're supposed to play these characters damn near perfectly. And I love the idea behind Path of Exile 2. I've played it. I'm not like super good at it. I suck. I'll admit it. But I've played multiple builds off of it. I've tried a few of my own builds. I've looked at some of the other ones online. Path of Exile 2, is it ARPG or is it Dark Souls? And I want to break the two apart because ARPGs to me is more fast-paced, large groups of mobs that you burst through. Dark Souls is more one-on-one with tactical failure or tactical success. So, whether you are one of the grindy ladder pushing endgame or just a theory crafter for fun, I appreciate you being part of this awesome, awesome day for me. And until next time, keep those dice rolling, keep your builds optimized, and keep your loot legendary. This is Victor. Peace out.